everyone, welcome to an episode of Lately Law Mini. I wanted to provide an update regarding what many of you have may heard in regards to some policy changes within USCIS. Particularly in late November this month, there have been at least 4 policy memos that have been issued by USCIS dealing with changes that are going to be taking place with different areas of immigration and how they may affect you or your loved ones. These policy memos include dealing with changes that might be happening to the civics test for naturalizations, for wanting to become a U.S. citizen, for wanting to change jobs if you have an employment-based green card and you want to change jobs while you're waiting for adjustment of status, known to many of the people who are in the field or who are waiting for it as portability. There is also a change with discretion used and the level of discretion USCIS officers have for adjustment of status applications. And fourth, on the one that has been a concern to many of the people that we have been receiving calls and emails from, and that is dealing with naturalization and how within the naturalization process now, the USCIS will look back to ensure that you have had your green card lawfully, you were lawfully admitted, there were no errors or issues with your green card, that you did not abandon your status during the time that you've had your green card. Otherwise, all of these could potentially be a bar for them granting you citizenship or naturalization. So these are what these new changes are. Each one has a little bit of detail into it. And for example, with the civics test, you would have to answer now 128 questions versus 100 questions. You still have to pass within 60%, but the number of questions now that you have to answer correctly are more. There are still exceptions for people who are above 65 years of age or who have been a U.S. Permanent resident for over 20 years. There are changes with portability that if you have a particular question about it, we could dive into that more and provide further information in that regard. And also with adjustment of status, as I mentioned, they've always had USCIS officers always have discretion in these cases and in a lot of cases. However, now this policy change grants them even more discretion, whether it be favorably or unfavorably, to look at positive and negative factors that might be affecting your adjustment of status case. And for those who are not familiar with it, adjustment of status is the process in which a person who is within the United States wants to change their status from a non-immigrant visa, for example, a student visa or a work visa, to becoming a U.S. permanent resident or wanting to have a green card. And that could happen many different ways, including if it was through marriage or through work. If you have any questions in particular in regards to any of these changes, please feel free to let us know. And if there are further updates, we will be happy to share them with you. And I might post videos depending on what feedback we receive, in particular with naturalization and adjustment of status and what these changes entail, and providing some of examples of what they may look like. Hope you're all staying safe and wishing you a fantastic weekend.